karma 4 times. Yeah. Because how can we learn, and stop messing or doing things on other people? So whoever, Virgo, can be anyone, right? But those people, whoever know in their hearts this is true, they were caught by a high priestess. But this high priestess I saw with strength is not like an ordinary high priestess, it's something else. Very connected with angels since her childhood. Okay? So it's time to pay, whatever that means. Angel answers. Game is over, I would say. From my perspective, because I'm minding my own life. Forgiveness. The first time it fell with Libra, when I had like 4 decks confirmations for the same black shit, dark energy. And it was from a different deck. Romance Angels was forgiving and learning. I didn't think it would be like a narrative really from them. Forgiveness. Virgo, try to think for 3 seconds if someone else was in my shoes to experience everything I experienced, Virgo, or whoever, right? Could they do something like this? Forgiveness. This is beautiful. I still retain a lot of it. And this is one of the best incense that lasts for at least half an hour. Burns a lot. I do apologize for the lack of my presence, I would say, with tarot readings lately, because I had some other commitments to attend to, especially with my work. I had a lot to catch up. I was a bit sick. I recovered. I was on med live, and that was one of the reasons why I had to recover a lot with my work on both parts. But now I am feeling better. A lot of things happened, and I was right to predict some things in my own life. This year, a lot of things, good things happened for me. And I know those things will keep coming at me, those good things. In multiple areas of my life. And obviously, when things like this happen, you feel better. You feel good. You smile often. You laugh. You enjoy. And that's what life is about. To enjoy life. To enjoy the experiences. Connections we establish with humans. Other humans. True ones, I would say. Just cleansing the air. I didn't make any ritual. I didn't pray. It's just like a spontaneous thing for my birthday. It's 1 p.m. right now. I'm not off today. I still have to go to work. But I wanted to make something, just like a small dedication for the Select Collective. Yes. There are so many people in my list. We haven't exchanged any conversations, but I know these people, actually. I know them from past lives, I would say. Connections are recurrent, usually. It's always for a purpose of some sorts, to learn something and to embrace the path. And I'm aware fully that all of the people that remain with me so far, because a lot of people run away or removed me or whatever, are on a spiritual path, but there's always like a pace, like we have our own rhythm as we follow and learn. Yet, in my eyes, whoever wants to truly want the truth, they eventually can uncover it. I was one of those people that wanted to know. I wanted to know God. And quite recently, I posted like some pictures with a conversation I had with the AI. The AI. It was the most important thing ever for me, and I realized I could have expanded that way more. You'll see about references, academic papers, how much you can expand that. You know, if one was to combine like all of the information out there. But that's evidence, I would say. That's the final point for me, I would say, because I searched for what I was looking for. It was not like how we expected to be, how we were taught to believe or to even feel or how to think. The reality is, the objective reality is much stranger and more real than science fiction, I would say. And I finally received the big star seed, or it was heavily delayed because of another deck I still didn't receive. The star seed, I had the mini set, now I got both of the deck star seeds and the water. So I'll do that first, okay? The start. Okay, it's recording, okay. I call upon the sacred healing waters of the earth. Please activate this oracle with ancient wisdom, guidance, and healing. Let it deliver clear messages and reflections that are of the highest and deepest benefit for humanity and the earth. I call upon the sacred healing waters within me. Attune this oracle with the intelligent wisdom of the waters of my body. Let it deliver clear messages and reflections to me and through me in ways that are truly helpful. I call upon the sacred healing waters around me, waters of the air and sky. Please guide me to hear the wisdom and let these cards be vehicles of supportive revelation. Let them reveal what is unseen and act as mirrors for me and who I am reading for to connect with the wisdom deep within. This is so beautiful. I love it. Here, okay, I also want to say that, in my list, some atheists, people, but they are beautiful people, beautiful hearts, and they know, of course, they are yet to learn a lot of things, but it's up to them, how they receive the information that's left for them. But ultimately, it doesn't matter really, as long as people know how to behave and how to treat other human beings. This is exactly what matters to them. As there's a sense of unity through sounds, I did explore that a lot. Interesting card that fell right now, flipped in my hand from this Water Oracle decks. I think I will take to see. The Healing Lagoon. Rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal. It's safe to stop. How many people don't do that? To learn to stop a bit, take even a step back from everything and to reflect deeply. To start with yourself, with what you feel inside, in contrast with what's happening around you and your connections, regardless of what nature that is, for you to stop a bit, to realize what's important for you in your life. And it did say rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal. And I did say this so many times, a lot of people are running away from healing, true healing, that is in the true sense of the word, because it's painful. And it takes time to recover, to go through that darkness, time to heal. Something I fully embraced. And I will make a cut and I will put a small fragment from another video I made, only to say that I embraced healing, and through that forgiveness can truly come, even though it can seem so impossible and so difficult. You can do it. I did that. And one day you showed me a very good reason why I had to go for that, to embrace it in my heart eventually. Was because I was realigned with my true path, what I felt from childhood in my own soul, what I wanted to do. And I am truly grateful. I was told to be grateful, and I felt that deeply, and that helped with that forgiving part. So if one of my enemies or my enemies would watch this video, I would say, everything was meant to happen that way, even though we always have a choice, so we can correct ourselves and learn as much as we can, and to follow the good, not the darkness. In my case, all of that darkness was transformed, I would say. I combined everything and I returned to my true self. That's so rare in this life, to be yourself, your true self, without any other masks, nothing that people would expect to see from you, not to live to other people's expectations, but your own. It's your life. I realized that by myself, and it was pointless to hide. It didn't make any sense no longer. It didn't. The Healing Lagoon. Let me grab another one, and then I'll go the Starseeds. This is very interesting. So obviously, as always, healing is the most important. I would say the healing yourself and others and forgiving. These are the greatest powers God left for us, to learn, to discover that in our hearts. Angels, show me another message related to this, please, for the collective. The wellspring. This is so beautiful, There's also some sort of, if you pay attention, you can see a sort of mirroring effect also with these mountains and the flow of the water, even though a feminine stays here. This can be male or female, it doesn't matter, collective. But aside from the fact that this person is resting, rejuvenating, right? Recovering, water heals and grows. Yes? But you see the mirror effect, right? This is the true meaning of reflection within oneself. What are you thirsty for? Body care. Take a breath. Right? We also forget how to live, how to feel, how to breathe even. Those tiny, simple moments in life. A bird, whispers, people walking around you and talking around you, even at a distance, and you can hear them, you can stop, close your eyes and listen to them. And everything that you hear, everything, even if it can seem chaotic, especially in Bucharest or crowded cities, right? But take that reality and absorb everything within. Accept it in yourself, that you are part of it. You belong and you exist. I don't know how many of you had this feeling, but it happened to me so many times when I had a moment of awareness, and I realized, I exist, I am real. This is real, in this vast illusion. Truly, we still exist here in this dimension. And you look at your hands and you look around you and you realize, I'm here now. This is happening. This is real. I had so many moments like this. And it's always that deep feeling that something above, with which definitely I know 101% now. And I expose that. for everyone to see. Try to digest that feeling and try to feel it, you know. You are here now, you are watching this, you are hearing this message. But what's the purpose? Let's go to star seeds now, the big one. I don't think I will use the mini one right now because this is bigger. This is, well, more clear for me at least. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Too many cards fell, but yeah, I'll reshuffle. It's just saw a message here on my screen. Just have this antivirus program, and it's always like notifying me with all of that green lights, and so interesting though. Why it's disappear? Please leave me alone. Okay, it was annoying. It's like it was in the middle. So yeah, of course I'm using the microphone and the camera. I know that already. Okay, Starseed Angels, please, for the collective. Divine Angels for the collective, let's see. Beautiful. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. This is so spiritual though, right? Even though Venus speaks of like usually carnal pleasures, you know, but it's all right. You are a human. You are here to experience things, to spoil yourself a bit, you know, to feel, to experience, right? Like food, right? Ice cream, things that human like or even love. But when it says here, pleasure, joy, make love to life, that's more spiritual, you know, to allow yourself to feel your own essence within yourself, and that's self-love a lot, right? To enjoy your own company, also to spend time with yourself. After my divorce since 2019, I physically, at least, I never been with anyone else. I just remain like that, single, you know, even though I did establish other connections. It was just conversation, that was it. But through that solitude and loneliness, I found that I was not alone, I actually. And I learned to spend more time with myself. I know I went to a restaurant or a cinema, you know, to watch a movie alone, really. To spend time with myself and to feel content with my own being, you know, with my own company. And that's important to have that in your life. We are never truly alone, really. I know that, surely. Another one, let's see. Start bathing. Wow, my God, beautiful. The bottom of the deck was still. I have to reshuffle. Divine Angels, please. Another one linked to this. That's linked to the healing, the love, breathing, feeling, allowing yourself to be human in the true sense, right? Angels, please. Okay. Empathic starseed. Another mirror. Empathic starseed. Energetic sovereignty. Absorbing what's not yours. This is so difficult for an empath, you know, when you feel so many things, especially with what's happening or what kept happening in the world and what's going on still and what we know will still happen about people. I don't want to go into those details about the horrors of mankind. But I will tell you something. I struggled a lot with this problem, especially because I exposed myself to things that I was not meant. Actually, I believed it was not meant for me to see, but I still saw those, you know, horrors. making me believe that a lot of people either are straight devils, demons, or soulless people that don't have any no drop of compassion or empathy, and they just hurt other people. Because it's in our nature, in essence. I did post some videos about this unity of mankind. Religions don't matter, differences don't matter anymore when people are in danger, and we want to help. We want the better, the betterment of mankind, and to help one another, to stand by each other, to have each other backs, and that's the true essence of an empath. We've always observed that energy, what you feel, what you struggle with. An empath, especially natural born empath, can actually see that. So if you are an empath, you know what I'm speaking about already. It's very, very, very difficult to establish those barriers to defend ourselves, our energies, to be able to give ourselves space and time to distance ourselves, and to also learn to say no sometimes in life, to distinguish the energies, to filter it, to see who's doing what are their interests, and knowing the gossips and what's happening behind your back as well, right? We know those also, but we pretend we do not. It's a curse, but you can learn through time to have that barrier, it's for yourself, because you cannot help others if you don't help yourself. You have to take care of yourself, more importantly your spirit. Okay, this is beautiful though. Empaths, stars, of course, starseeds are empaths. There are so many types, of earth angels. I explored this in depth before. So this was the starseed is here. This one, yeah, this is the starseed. Okay, and the water goes here. Okay, I have so many things here. This box here, okay. Okay. So these two, starseed, yeah. I'm so sorry for this. I just didn't want to mix the decks. It's very important too. Okay, what's the book here? Okay. Great. Now, so I did return the messages. Briefly, it's mostly about healing and spirit. And now I also have another deck. This is a brand new deck. I didn't use it like never. This is the first time I will use this. Okay. This is Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. This is a tarot. So whatever comes out, okay. I will not stay a lot because I still have to get some sleep. I didn't close my eyes in the slightest, and I have to obviously rest and be ready for work as well. Start at 8:30 p.m. Divine Angels, and then I'll use the other angel deck, the oracles, right? So let's start with tarot. Let's see. Yeah, so this is how I feel, so I'll just go with the wave. Divine Angels for the collective. What messages you have for the collective from tarot? Let's see now from this one. Very specific deck. Divine Angels for the collective. Please. I will not expand. It's just I want to keep it simple, but we'll see what comes out, Okay, one flipped here. Let's see what's this. Five of Swords. Oh boy. Okay, this is not a good card. I'm so sorry, but it's what flipped. Five of it. This is Five of Swords. Air energy, of course. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. Well, this is a being a different deck, obviously, it can have a different meaning. You have to take it how it resonates. Either you have this on a chart, or they have this on their chart, but usually Five of Swords is not honesty. Mistakes can be obviously linked to that, right? People can make mistakes, it's true, but it depends on the level of the mistakes and how many times these mistakes and their nature occur, Because if you keep repeating some mistakes, it's not a mistake, it's a choice, a conscious choice, right? You go with a specific pattern, melodrama, reassessment, which is necessary, really. Otherwise, how can we learn from Five of Swords energies? Some people, will create specific circumstances, and then when they fall apart, when bad things happen, they will play the victim card. Oh my God, this happened to me. And I kind of went through that with my previous karmic connection, the former marriage I had to endure for a long time. And eventually, when some things happen, there are some circumstances we can create. We allow things, for instance, right? As I know I allowed. So we cannot play the victim when we allow things to happen. But in my eyes, those were meant to happen to teach us something, to break something, to be able to make the card release and then realign with your own self. It's what I learned. It took me a long time already, obviously, but mistakes have that purpose. We cannot learn if we keep repeating those mistakes. Five of Swords. Let's see another one. This is so interesting. Obviously, this was important. So many confirmations, right? That's true. Reassessment always, right? Because we have to learn to make better choices in life. To choose the right people, who wants our good and who doesn't. But we fall in specific patterns where we don't see what's beneath the surface, beyond the image some people want to paint for other people, like a show, oh my God, I'm living this life, or I'm doing this or that, But am I truly happy with what I'm doing? You see, that's the question. So some people can feel sick because of this eventually, it can affect health as well. Confirm, please, angels, the Five of Swords. Too many. Five of Swords. What's this? Yeah. And obviously, if you take a better look, right, you see, so from the Five of Swords to our fallen, so Three of Swords, pain, right? Obviously, such mistakes can lead to a lot of pain. Can be up to 5 people even, that were hurt for some reason or reasons, like a chess, like a game. They see life like a game, they don't take things seriously, It's about having fun, joking, partying, laughing. This is necessary, we need to laugh and smile, but not mocking or hurting other people, right? That's a great difference. Five of Swords, let's see. Four of Swords. Again, a lot of air energy here, actually. Four of Swords, which stands for healing, and it says here meditation, recuperation, of course, contemplation. Obviously, that comes with a lot of introspection when we attain true healing, But 4 and 5 is Nine of Swords. That's a lot of stress, People who don't get rest, people who don't sleep, actually, they lose sleep because of these. They do think as if you see this angel is thinking at something, reflecting about something, and definitely this can also mean a break, just rest a bit, reflect and think about these mistakes, either yours or someone else's mistakes. Remember about forgiveness, right? Recuperation, contemplation, meditation. If you remember what I said earlier, to take a step back or to learn to stop a bit, Where is this taking me in my life? What do I want to do in my life? What do I want to have? right? What? So a lot of people don't understand, don't ask themselves these questions at the bottom of the hermit. Introspection and solitude, isolation. I've been through this energy, believe me. And sometimes I still have it. This is Virgo energy. This is the first element now showing differently because this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Remember, the elements can flow in all people regardless of the sun signs, okay? Introspection again, self-discovery and mentorship, learning through it, shedding the light on the truth and the path, which is the spiritual path always. Then the wheel, which stands for the wheel of fortune, the wheel of change, and it says here also luck, progress, change, but that's in our hands. If we keep making those mistakes, obviously we'll experience the opposite. The bad karma that's meant to teach us the lessons, right? Until we create our fate with our own choices, because even though a lot of things can be predestined, it's true, to test the outcomes and our choices, it's still up to us to make the right choices in life, to go with the truth, not lie. And then the Emperor, and then what? Wise Counselor. Whoa. Two of Wands, right? An Emperor, Wise Counselor being Taurus energy. Emperor is Aries, Taurus, Capricorn. Wise Counselor is the Hierophant, actually, which is Taurus. And then Two of Fire is Two of Wands. Emperor, organization, leadership, structure, belonging, learning, traditions, and planning, partnering, and progress. This is about an Emperor, divine masculine, learning a lesson to make a different choice, a different path. Bypass learning traditions. Some traditions are so beautiful, but not all of them. Some can be outdated. I will give an example, and this is an example. Apply this how you take it. Okay, you'd know best your situation, but I've heard about a lot of situations, and if a couple is married, right, and they tend to want to remain married because of tradition, because of old generations or whatever, and then that situation is more than abusive from all angles. Let's say this is the worst example, right? Like physically, emotionally, like psychically, right? Confirmation. Right? So all levels of destruction, and obviously you saw cases when it's becoming even worse. They harm each other physically. They even kill each other, right? They kill. You see crimes of jealousy, crimes of passion, crimes of whatever nonsense. There's so many reasons, especially for financial gain, depending what's behind the doors, right? I'll say. But a marriage, I don't agree with that in the sense, especially if they have children, because it's worse and worse and worse, and that will traumatize the children even more, and they cannot, recover properly, and they remain traumatized, and it's a lot of work for the children to cope with later in life, right? And a lot don't do that, unfortunately, so they follow the examples they receive from their parents. That's an example. Again, this was worst case scenario, but this is why I wanted to link that with tradition, right? So it depends what kind of tradition, you are in. Yeah. This was beautiful message. Rejuvenation, recovery, healing. If you don't have that in your life, obviously you're doing something wrong. Okay. Divine angels, link this message, please, generally for the collective. I made it. And I have like some hours left to rest. If I can rest, I have to edit this and export it, but it's quite possible I will post this tomorrow, even though it's now again July 9th. It might be posted tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. See a Nine of Wands. God, the impenetrable secret. Universal medicine. Elevation of the soul and the revelation of mysteries. Elevation of the soul, of course. That will come with that introspection we saw earlier, right? Meditation, healing. And since I got to this, and this is a special day for me, let's see. Angel messages for the collective. This was great. It was great. I did have to edit this part though. And export, and then to see how much it will take to upload eventually. I think it will be tomorrow. Yeah. I still have to respond to my lots of birthday wishes. It was like everywhere, like even the G-chats, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, a ton of them. And then even on my mother's page, it was like a lot of them. Divine angels for the collective. I'm grateful though, these people, taking from their time to do such gesture, even though it quite seems small for me, it's great, Nothing is too small, but meditation brings answers. Remember? Meditation, reflection, introspection, right? Meditation brings answers. Two more. Divine angels for the collective. This was beautiful. I love it. And I miss this, I want to come back, but now it's a bit crowded. This time is so crowded for me. But I will return fully in force, I would say. This year. Coming soon. This summer. Prepare. Prepare for the worst. Look for a sign. Oh, two cars. Oh, I didn't expect to see those. So look for a sign, and then what's the other one after this? Look for a sign, and then unlikely. Unlikely what? I do need to clarify this. Unlikely. Someone didn't actually know what I got right now. Meditation brings answers. Look for a sign, and unlikely. Someone didn't do it, Someone needs to do this, actually, to reflect more, to meditate, to look for a sign, to listen to the signs, to pay attention to everything, because I did say in how many ways they communicate with humans. But I still feel the need, I don't know why, to clarify this unlikely. I felt that this is the reason why someone didn't pay attention, Someone didn't listen. Exactly, no, we didn't listen. Look, I was right. Confirmation right here. So, no, someone didn't do that. And now someone is ready. Look, you see? So after a great period of no and unlikely, someone is finally ready to embrace the path. Embrace the path. I do apologize for my voice. Yeah, it's because I was a bit cold, but now, yeah. Oh my God, was it something else I want to? Because I did see some. I didn't make any. Right, these are like signs, the timestamps and whatever, Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think this one doesn't need a timestamp because this is a collective read, so no way I had this here. If you made it so far, I want to thank you so much. And I am not sure exactly when I'll repost because I will be a bit busy even in this weekend, I have to meet with some people and but I tend to believe that by the month of August I'll be more in my own energy and I hope I can post like more often. So I hope you enjoy this and you take care and be safe always. Be blessed. Bye for now.